Chapter 8. Squiddo! Having baited the trawl lines once, Harvey understood why Dan groaned when his father gave the order. It was boring work, and even Dan's able fingers had been stabbed by a hook or two. So when Disco said, "Tom, Platt, Long Jack, time to see what we got on them lines," Harvey's spirits sank. Another long session over the bait tubs faced him and Dan. But to his surprise, Dan staggered from below with a tub and put it in Tom Platt's dory. As the men launched the dory, Harvey asked, "Don't we have to bait?" "No, they do it. They take a cod off the hook and put a piece of bait back on," replied Dan. "It's just like taking clothes off a wash line and putting others up using the same clothespins." "It might be said to be like that," said his father, overhearing this explanation, "but I've seen that long, sagging line twitch a boat under in a flash. And the more you load your dory, the more you got to watch out." By now the dory was out of sight, and Harvey was sent to the bell, for a fog had closed in. Tom Platt and Long Jack were gone such a long time that Harvey began to fear for them. But then, through the swirling mists, a sound came over the water. "And now to thee, O Captain," sang a familiar voice. The dory was alongside the We're Here, well loaded, with Tom Platt singing at the top of his voice. And he didn't stop, but serenaded Long Jack as he forked the cod into the pen on board. "Disco, send down another tub of bait," called Long Jack, when all the fish were aboard. "They was biting almost before we got the hooks back in the water." Harvey lugged up the tub this time, and the dory pushed off into the fog once more. Returning to the bell again, Harvey resumed his ringing, confident now that it would guide the two men home safely, and that they were masters of the trawl. The bait tub that Harvey had passed down into the dory contained clams, but the best cod bait was found the next night. The ship was on the eastern edge of the Grand Banks in 40 fathoms of water. Uncle Salters was on watch. In the middle of the night he gave a yell that woke everyone aboard. "Squiddo!" bellowed Uncle Salters. Harvey hurried on deck with the rest, and Dan gave him a squid jig, a piece of lead painted red. There was a circle of pins at the lower end, bent backward like a half-opened umbrella ribs. "Do I put the bait on the pins?" Harvey asked. "No, that's all you need right there. For some reason, even Dad don't know why, the squid likes the rig. He wrapped himself around it, and you haul him up before he can escape from the pins." Harvey dropped his jig over the side, and in a moment felt extra weight and a tug. He hauled in quickly, but as the squid got clear of the water, it sent a stream of water into Harvey's face. Harvey kept hauling, but before he could detach the squid from the rig, it squirted ink into his eyes. "Oh!" cried Harvey, dropping the rig and the squid and wiping his eyes. Dan looked over. Ink splashed on the side of his hair. "You got to dodge, Harv. They'll get you in the face every time if you don't." As he looked about him, Harvey saw the men darting their heads from side to side as they hauled in, but they could not keep the ink from landing somewhere on them. Harvey was caught several more times, full in the face with ink, and everyone was black with it by the time the run ended. Disco was pleased. Nothing a cod likes better than a little shiny piece of squid tentacle at the tip of a clam-baited hook. Harvey didn't say so aloud, but he thought the cod very sensible for letting others get a face full of ink while it got a tasty morsel.